Welcome back, Saints. This is Eli, and this is SFHS Today. It is snowing, and Halloween hasn't even happened. In local news, as snow hits the ground last week, many drivers hit the ditch in the spin-outs and crashes. State Patrol said that troopers responded to 493 crashes statewide from 9 a.m. to 8:30 p.m. according to Fox News. In school news last week was homecoming. Even with all the changes this year, Students' Council had planned plenty of festive activities such as dress-up days and annual homecoming coronation. Here's some footage from the event. Mid-Tri conferences are tonight, October 26th, and will be held virtually. Here's our reporters with more information.
How do you feel about conferences this year?
It's a little challenging. Obviously, being virtual is not as good as being in person, but I think it's probably the best option that we can come up with. We had to move it back a little bit, so be right after grading is done. So hopefully that will help us for parents to get some information about how their students are doing in school.
And as a teacher, how do you feel about doing conferences this year?
Well, I'm just going to start off as a parent, actually. I had my own children's conferences virtually last week, and I really enjoyed it. It wasn't as much hustle and bustle going around the school, trying to find their classrooms and seeing all kinds of other people and other things going on, and I kind of missed the crowd. But at the same time, we could just really focus on the information the teacher was presenting, and it was easy. The teacher sent links, and so I'm going to learn from that and send links in an email individually to each of the parents who signed up, and I think it'll be really good.
I think it helps that it kind of gives families a little bit more flexibility in scheduling, and they can kind of have the conferences like from the comfort of their home. You don't have to come to the school, and I think there's some advantages of it.
My only concern really is I'm hoping parents unmute their cameras so I can see them. I know that's sometimes a challenge with online classes or virtual classes, and I'm also hoping that more people sign up. There aren't a ton of time slots, and I only have a few filled right now, so I'm hoping to see as many parents as I can.
I think it could increase people showing up. I feel like at the high school level, parents are less likely to come to conferences, but maybe just kind of with the state of school right now in distance learning and in hybrid learning, I think parents kind of are wanting to connect with the teachers more, and maybe this would really increase chances of parents coming if they just have the virtual option.
Do you think this will be successful, and if so, will you do this more often in the future?
I think we might do the conference piece. I think if we were in a normal year, we'd still probably do it in person.
With students having the choice between distance and hybrid, a lot of students have taken to working during their at-home days. Here's our reporters on some of our working students during the pandemic.
Where do you work?
I work at Georgia Support Fair.
Does working during your days that you don't go in school during school hours affect your grades?
When I'm not in school on my virtual days, I think it does affect my grades because I don't really do my homework in general, so that doesn't help much more.
Does working during your virtual days affect your grades?
Not really, because I usually have time after to do my schoolwork. I don't think it affects my grades, really.
Does it affect how much you get your schoolwork done, completed in the day?
Yeah, a little bit. I've had more missing assignments than I usually would. I'll say that too, and I feel like it's hard with attendance too.
Yeah.
I am a receptionist. I just got a job there, but I do work every Tuesday and Friday during the school day. I'm not supposed to, because I'm supposed to be at school doing online, but gotta pay the bills, you know? And then I also have a haunted house job that I have. That takes up a lot of time, so I'm very tired.
Does doing work during the school day affect your schoolwork at all?
Yes, doing my work during the school day really does affect my work a lot because I don't do a lot of my work. Like, I don't do anything on the days that I'm supposed to.
Is it affecting your overall grade in the class?
It is affecting my overall grade in the class, definitely, but you know, gotta make that bank.
Well, what do you do for your jobs?
I'm a cashier at County Market.
I work at Flea Farm
And you guys both work during the virtual days?
Yeah.
most days.
How does
Yeah,
that
most
affect your guys' schoolwork?
I don't know, it just makes me more tired. Because after I'm done with work, I go home and do my schoolwork.
That kind of sucks because right after that I go to football practice or hockey practice, and then I gotta do school after that. It kind of sucks.
Yeah. Is it affecting your grades like at all? Like your final grades?
Not really, no. I just kind of had to tell my teachers, like, hey, some things might not be turned in if your deadline's like 3 p.m. because I'll be working on it. It'll have to be later.
Mine is definitely.
St. Francis is full of amazing staff. Here's our reporters on Mrs. Bernard for this week's Teachers Feature.
What classes do you teach and what age groups do you teach?
I teach 9th grade A, so again, 9th graders, and then I teach English 11B, so 11th graders.
What do you like about Miss Bernard?
I like Miss Bernard because she's very upbeat and energetic and funny.
What is she doing differently that other teachers aren't doing?
She's got the Bernard Cup. I mean, I think that's pretty cool.
The Bernard Cup is basically a competition between the classes and you get rewarded for the good things that you do and turning in your stuff on time.
How are the students and teachers treating you?
The students are wonderful. Again, there's a bunch of really fantastic students who are wonderful and amazing, and the teachers are incredibly supportive as well.
Does she give lots of homework or tests?
Miss Bernard, I would say she gives a good amount of homework and tests, like on things we need to know, but like not a lot.
What are some difficulties teaching this year?
Obviously, teaching during a pandemic is pretty, hard and exhausting, but at the same time, it definitely builds a much stronger community.
Where did you teach before St. Francis?
I taught at Forest Lake High School for about 3 years before coming here.
Now that fall is in full swing, one of my favorite drinks is back for the season. Here's reporter Maddie Little in what's the best pumpkin spice latte around.
Trying the pumpkin spice latte from Starbucks for the first time. How is it, Lydia?
It's really good. It's a little watery though.
What does it taste like?
Like pumpkin, and I made her put whipped cream and the pumpkin spice on top. But it's really good.
With Halloween coming up this Saturday for our RQT, our reporters went out and asked you what your favorite Halloween candy is.
It's the random question thing, ding.
What is your favorite Halloween candy?
My favorite Halloween candy is 100 grand. I can't get enough of them.
My favorite Halloween candy is the Reese's Pumpkin.
My favorite Halloween candy is Almond Joy.
My favorite Halloween candy is Kit Kats.
What's your favorite Halloween candy?
Wild berry Skittles.
My favorite Halloween candy is Skittles.
My favorite Halloween candy would be Reese's Peanut Butter Cups.
My favorite Halloween candy is Kit Kats.
Halloween candy, Milky Way.
What's your favorite Halloween costume you've ever worn and why?
My favorite Halloween costume was when I was Little Red Riding Hood and my husband was the Big Bad Wolf disguised as Grandma. He had a huge mask and he wore his grandma's robe.
My favorite costume that I've ever worn was a Captain Jack Sparrow costume. Because that year I got a lot of Halloween candy with it.
My favorite Halloween costume that I have ever worn is probably a Danny Phantom costume that I wore last year. It was made up just of an Adidas tracksuit, and I just duct taped a D on me in the center of my chest, and then I sprayed my hair white. And my ex-girlfriend, she dressed up as Danny Phantom's girlfriend, and it was like a really perfect combo. We both looked amazing.
I've ever worn. So last year I was a referee, and I liked it because it was really cute. It had a little whistle. When I was like 8 years old, I was a witch, and I liked the costume. It was cute.
Well, I don't really have a favorite, but it's my mom's favorite basically. When I was young, I was Buzz Lightyear.
Have a good week and stay safe, Saints.